You're forgetting how this thing works. Okay, I think the holiday was too long. Alright, so let's go with it. 70 rand per unit, so what happens here? We're going to say 2 times 70. Then 5 times 70 and 1 times 70. So 2 times 70 is 140 rand. 5 times 70 is 350 rand and 70. But the question was, how much does Brian get? So Brian gets 350. Right, you guys understand? Any confusion there? No? Right, can we do the third one? Right. So here we are told that Tambo, right? Tambo, yes, is 10 years old. Okay, Tambo is 10 years old. His twin sisters are 4 years old. Okay, so how many people are there? 3 people. So we got Tabo, sister 1 and sister 2. So his twin sisters. That's all. Two sisters, no? Are 4 years old. 109.80 cents must be divided amongst them in the same ratio as their ages. So we need to have the ages in the same ratio, not so? So Tabu is 10. How old is the sister? 4. And the sister? 4. How do we know they're the same? So they are twins. Okay. How much will each sister receive? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to work out what the what's the name per unit is. Okay, how much does each unit get? Tabu is going to get 10 of the units, and each sister is going to get 4 per unit, per person. Not so. So what's the first thing we need to do? What's the first thing that we do? Add the ratios. So add the ratios quickly. Waalaikumsalam, Ayub.
Alhamdulillah, Ayub.
Alhamdulillah. Alright, so we add this up, what do we get? 10 plus 4 gives us 18. So what do we do with 18? We say 109.80 cents divided by 18 gives us 6,1. So 6 rand and 10 cents per unit. Not so? So Tabu gets 10 of those units, not so? So it's 10 times 6,1, which is 61 rand, not so? The sister gets 4 times 6,1, which is 24 rand and 40 cents. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the other sister gets the same. So the question says, how much will each sister receive? So therefore sister will receive, each sister will receive 24 rand and 40 cents. People, you guys understand? Any confusion? No. Not yet. Okay. So let's look at the example on page 118. I need you guys to write this note down. To enlarge a number, we multiply by the fraction for the fraction is greater than 1. Example 6 over 5 times 7 over 10, etc. Okay? To reduce a number, we multiply by the fraction which is less than 1. Example 3 over 4, we must multiply it by 2 over 3, etc. So by multiplying a fraction in the first case with a mixed, well not a mixed number, an improper fraction, which means to say that the numerator is larger than the denominator, the number will get bigger. Not so. And if you're going to multiply it by a number where the numerator is smaller than the denominator, the number is going to get smaller. Okay? But we're going to do an example of that thereafter. So first write this note down, and then I'll explain to you how the calculation is actually done. Okay? So write that note down quickly.
Mr. Bodhi,
Yes, miss?
sorry to interrupt you. Your absentees for today?
Can you take it through? Okay, we'll send it to you now, miss.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you take it through, is it? You filled it out already? I said you must take it after assembly. That's what I said. But it's fine. Just sort this out. Thank you. Okay. Just have a look here before you. Okay, so the question says enlarge 12 in the ratio 2 is to 3. Yes, Michael?
So we say
2 plus 3, which gives you 5. Is that what you say? And then 12 divided by 5.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, according to that, we times it by
2.
by 2 and
Yeah.
3.
So what's your final answer?
I don't know. I didn't work it out yet. But I just
Okay, that's one way of doing it. But if we follow what they told us here, to enlarge a number, we multiply by the fraction for a number greater than 1, which is improper, which is going to be 12 multiplied by 3 over 2. We're going to follow what they told us here. I put that in the calculator. 12 multiplied by 3 over 2. It's 18. Can you see it? Okay. So could I have multiplied it the way you did? I don't think it's going to work for this. Okay. So you have added this 2 and 3, which gave you 5. No, it won't work. Not in this case. What you are doing is you're dividing 12 in the ratio 2 is to 3. And that's the first part that we have covered in this lesson. Okay. Whereas this is enlarging in the ratio. Okay, so don't confuse yourselves with those two scenarios, okay? In the next question it says reduce 12 in the ratio 2 is to 3. So how do I do that? 12 multiplied by 2 over 3. And 12 multiplied by 2 over 3 is 8. You see that it got smaller in that ratio. Right? Okay? You can take the list away quickly right now. We'll wait for you a minute. Okay? So there's the next example. You guys can attempt it so long. In the meantime. So number 3 now. You guys finish? Hmm? No? Okay. So in the example of page 118, we are told that an amount is divided amongst A, B, and C in the ratio 4 is to 3 is to 5. So we got A is to B is to C in the ratio 4 is to 3 is to 5. Okay? Then we are told A receives 224 rand. A receives 24 rand. So under the A category, you put your 24. Okay. Can you see this is not the total? That is only what A receives. Not so. If they told us that 24 rand is the total, then I would add them all up and divide by 24. Not so. But A is the only one who receives, or A receives 24 rand. The question says, how much does B receive? So what I first need to do is, I need to know what is the value per unit. Not so. And how do we do that? You say 24 divided by 4, which gives us 6 rand per unit. Not so. The question says how much does B receive? So how many units does B get? 3. So therefore, B is going to give you 6 times 3, which is 18 rand. Make sense, people? So what I do is I first divide 24 by the units of A, which is 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So it's 6 rand per unit. Not so. B receives 3 units. So 6 times 3 is 18. So it's 18 rand B would receive. Okay. Any confusion here? No? In number 2 it says what was the total amount? We got the cost per unit, but we know what each unit is. So how many? What is the total units that they are? 4 plus 3 is 7. And 7 plus 5 is 12. Which is 12 units. Okay? How much is each unit? 6 rand. Not so? So the total amount is going to be total. This is total units, total amount. It's going to give you 12 units times 6 rand per unit, which is going to give you 72 rand. Okay? It's a nice question, eh? Alright, so you're looking at further examples. Is that on page 118? Is it on 119? So 119. Okay. Okay. So here we are told that the profit of a business is divided amongst A, B and C in the ratio 4:3:2. A receives 160 rand. How much does B and C receive? Okay? So I want you guys to set that one up quickly. It's very similar to the previous example we did. Okay? So do that quickly. Alright. The profit of a business divided amongst A, B and C. So we must start. Start by saying A is to B is to C. That's where I start. That's all. What do I write thereafter? 4 is to 3 is to A receives 160 rand. So is that the total? No, it's only what? A receives. That's 160 rand. They want to know how much does B and C receive. So, that belongs only to A. So what do I do with that? You can say that 160 divided by 4. 160 divided by 4 is 40 rand per 40 rand per unit. Not so? So how do I get A share? How do I get A share? B, sorry. 40 times 3. And C share? 40 times 2. Remember, this is 40 rand per unit. B gets 3 units. And C has 2 units. Not so? So therefore, B gets 120 rand. And C gets 80 rand. Okay. Any confusion here? Nothing yet. Okay. Okay, number 2. Romano, Ashley and Rashid's weight is in the ratio 4:5:6. Okay. So when we start there, you write R is to A is to R. Or RO is to A is to R. Okay? Just to make it different. R, A, 1. Okay? You don't have to write out the whole name, so I'm going to just put the RO for Romano, A for Ashley, and R for Rashid. The weight is in the ratio 4:5:6. Okay. If Ashley weighs 60 kilograms, so we're going to put 60. 60 the total? No. It's under Ashley. That's 60. Not so? That's 60 kilograms. What is the combined weight of Romano and Rashid? So firstly, I need to work out what the weight per unit is. Not so? So you work out the weight per unit, and then you work out the combined weight of Romano and Rashid. Okay. Right, so what we do? We say 60 divided by 5, which gives us 12 kilograms per unit. So Romano is 4 of those, not so? So 4 times 12, which is 80. And 6 times 12, which is 72. Not so? Sorry? 4 times 12 is 48. Now, how do I get 80? Don't know. Okay, something wrong with the wires today. So, how do you work out the combined weight? You add Romano and Rashid, which is 48 plus 72, which is 100 kilograms. 120 kilograms. Can you all agree with that? Any confusion? No? Right. Let's carry on with our lives. We are told the cost of building a house. The cost of building a house is determined by the cost of the labor and the material in the ratio of 6:5. So it says there, in its order, the labor and the building material, sorry. So the labor is to the building material in the ratio 6:5. Also, if the quote for the building material is 75,000 rand, so where do I put the 75,000 rand? Under the building material is 75,000 rand. What will it cost to build a house? So in other words, what do I need to calculate? The labor. But what do I need to calculate the labor? I need to know the cost per unit. Okay, so do that first, and then you work out what is the total for that amount. Right. So what do is we say 75,000 divided by 5 gives us, sorry, 50,000 rand. 15,000. Okay. 15,000 rand per unit. That's all. So if you're looking at the labor, what's the labor? 6 parts, not so. 6 times 15,000 gives us 90,000 rand. Not so. Therefore, the total is going to be the cost of the labor, which is 90,000 plus 75,000, which is 165,000. Add it. What you shy of?
165,000.
Sorry?
165,000.
165,000. Who got that one right? Okay, see you again. I'll wait on that side. Oh? You just started. Okay, for those of you who got it wrong, any confusion here? Is there any confusion? Public, welcome back. You had a good holiday? Slept lekker in your holiday? Yes, nice. You all had a good rest, no? Why you shake your head? You did a lot of maths, nice. You did a lot of maths over the holiday. It's going to show in the next exam. Huh? Well, the maths, nice. Nice. I'm glad. Alright, here's the next note quickly before we go. We have a few minutes left. 2 minutes. We are told in proportion. The proportion note is, if 4 liters of milk costs 10 rand. If 4 liters of milk costs 10 rand. Okay. They want to know what will 3 liters cost. So what we do is we say, okay, we got 4 liters for 10 rand. So you say 10 divided by 4 gives us 10 rand for 4 liters. So 10 divided by 4 is? Check your calculator. Don't use your head. No? 5.2. 5/2. Press SD. You'll see on your calculator So you say 10 divided by 4. You put it USD 2,5. So it's 2 rand 50 per liter. Not so. Or you can press shift, and that's going to be in the mixed fraction form. Okay. So it's 2 rand 50 per liter. They want to know what will 3 liters cost. So it's going to be 3 times 2 rand 50. In the calculator, you see this answer button here? 50.2. 15,2. Listen, if 10 liters cost, if 4 liters cost 10 rand, how can 3 liters cost more than 10 rand? 750. But how do we do? Listen, just hang on. Another lesson is becoming long now. If I press answer, that's the last answer calculated on the calculator. You press answer equal. Can you see that's the last answer calculated? So you say 3 multiplied by that answer. That answer is the last answer calculated on the calculator. Let's give you 15 over 2, which is 7.5, which is 7.56. You understand? Yes, the answer is here. Okay. Alright. Let's do another one like this quickly. So here we are told a machine takes 20 seconds. A machine takes 20 seconds to make 8 coins. How long will it take to make 50 coins? Do that calculation quickly. A machine takes 20 seconds to make 8 coins. Not which machine? A coin machine. What's it wrong with you? You know what a coin is? Yes, the 5 rand coins. So you haven't seen a 50 cents in a while, 1 cent coin, isn't it? You have? Not a 1 cent. There used to be 1 cent coins. So you wanted to make a 1 rand. You need 100 of them. But one of the days there are going to be no 5 rand coins.
No 5 rand coins or what?
For now, yes. Still worth some. And we also thought back in the day, 1 cent also meant a lot. Yeah. Right, here we go. So, who got an answer here first? Yes? Yes? So 20 divided by 8? What does that mean? 2.5 seconds per coin. Not so? So it's 50 coins at 2.5 seconds per coin. Gives us? What? 125. 125 what?
Please.
Seconds.
Anyone who has paid for the pronoun badge can collect it from room 17 now at break. If you have paid for pronoun badge, please collect it from room 17 now at break. The following learners can please refer to Mrs. Lord during break. Carlton Ori, Nashita Hendricks, Zinobia Tufile, Kiara Johnson, Rachel Chirwa, Nico Noruka, and the Lady Ronco. Those learners to
We will please settle down. Who normally takes the homework for the group? Now listen, we had somebody else last term. So what happened? You complained. Not so? Okay, listen. Shh, settle down. Who would like to capture the homework? Mamacita. Right, that means to say you have to still do it. Because listen, if somebody else is going to do it, you're going to complain again. And I think the person did a perfectly good job until you. Okay, listen. If we don't get anybody to do the homework, then we can't leave. Just hang on. Where are you going? Did I say you can go? Then stay there so long. Are you taking me for a fool? Okay, for homework is the remainder of exercise on page 120. So tomorrow we're going to start a new chapter, okay? A new chapter in our lives. People enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class. Pleasure.
Kami.